welcome to Watch My Coffee. My name is Maggie and this is my wonderful co-host and friend Tala. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you, Maggie. I've got my coffee. I'm all ready to go. Yes.
Bloody, 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 blah. Wonderful. I'm very well too. I am actually painting something right now, but I will wait until it's finished to show you.
Painting? Whoa, can't wait to see that.
I'll put it on our Instagram page, which is watch_my_coffee. So, yesterday we did a wonderful interview with a gentleman called Leigh Manning, and we're going to be watching that now. So he's going to be talking about loneliness and how to best deal with loneliness through our lifestyle choices during this quarantine situation. I hope you enjoy.
Good morning, Leigh. How are you doing today?
Hi, Maggie. Yeah, good to see you. I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks for asking. At the moment, Tala, for some reason, can't connect with us. I think there is a service issue at the moment. So hopefully he'll be able to join us during the call, but I do apologise on his behalf. So today we're going to be talking about psychotherapy, and you are a psychotherapist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, would you mind explaining what psychotherapy is? Because I have to admit, the first time you told me, I wasn't very sure.
I think it's best to explain it in terms of what it's not really. There are a lot of myths that abound about psychotherapy. So it's not about changing someone's personality. It's not about fixing. It's not about an expert doing something to a client. These are at least three myths that seem to abound about therapy, and mostly these are myths that people have that haven't had therapy. But I mean, that not exclusively. Sometimes people that had therapy, they still think that therapy is about these kind of things. So what therapy really is, how I approach therapy is it's a way to help people understand themselves and understand why they think the things that they do and why they behave in ways they do, and why they find that their life plays out in ways that they don't really kind of like, or it doesn't feel right for them. And quite often it feels that these things are just kind of quite autonomous, that clients really want to live a certain way, but they find themselves doing the same things, seeking out relationships that aren't really working for them, and staying in relationships that aren't working for them, and all these kind of things that they do, they're quite perplexed by. They don't understand why it is that they do these things, but what they do understand is that something feels very wrong. They don't feel themselves. They feel cut off from who they are.
That's very, very interesting, and I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to. So it's kind of, are you saying it's like delving deeper into the subconscious patterns that we follow that might stem from childhood?
Sure, it can be, and it's not to say that all therapy needs to delve into childhood. Although my experience is that many of the things that I work with, many of my clients and the patterns that they're in, they pretty much all start in childhood, and there's this misconception. I think it goes back to kind of Freudian therapy.
Okay.
So what a therapist does for months and months and months is just painstakingly go over someone's childhood, and it's not really the case. I mean, the person's childhood can be very useful, but it's not the case that we just have to painstakingly, go over someone's childhood every session. I think what makes someone's childhood relevant is always how it factors into someone's problems in the present. Really, it's not until we understand why we're doing what we're doing in the present that we can kind of integrate ourselves and move forward. And psychotherapy really helps with that process.
That's really interesting, because I think other more potentially more mainstream types of therapy really delve into the childhood. But I think psychotherapy seems to offer a more, I don't know what the word is, almost refreshing take on how to move forward, like you said, and not to dwell in the past, but actually make the changes necessary. So that's great. I'm actually getting some calls from Tala. So I'm going to see if we can connect him to this call. So I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay. So Tala, you decided to join us then?
Yep. My bad. Sorry.
It's just not good enough.
I blame the technology, I've been trying to call you, but it didn't go through for some reason.
Yeah. Anyway, back to our guest Leigh. So, how did you get into psychotherapy, Leigh?
Well, that's a long story, really. It started way back when I was probably 17, 18. That was the first time that I really started to experience mental health problems, depression, anxiety, these kind of things. And like most people that they experience these things for the first time, I had no idea what was happening to me. I just realized that for the first time, I didn't want to be around people. I was scared of everything. I wanted to stay in bed. I did all the wrong things. So the first thing that I did was what most people do, unfortunately, is go to the doctor, get prescribed tablets, and get on this kind of production line, which is the IAP service, NHS increased access to psychological therapist service, which I think, I mean, I'm quite radical in my belief that I think that's done nothing positive really for mental health. So it's a bit of a tangent, but that was the first thing that I did, and that didn't work at all. So I started reading. I read an awful lot about these things from a different approaches, different perspectives, and that really started to give me an understanding of what was happening. But I still didn't go into psychotherapy immediately. I started working in a children's home with highly traumatized children, and that really my interest in why these children act in the way that they do. These highly traumatized children, why they suddenly kick off without first letting people know what the matter is. Why are they behaving this way? And that made me get interested in trauma. I read a lot about that. So about now I'm kind of 28, 29 years old, and I start really thinking that I want to be a therapist. So I to uni and start training, and that's what I did. Yeah.
That's amazing. And do you find now that psychotherapy's had a positive impact on your life and in your outlook?
Yeah. I mean, I was in a relationship, and it's actually the thing that gave me the confidence to go back to uni as a mature student. So I was in a therapeutic relationship with a Jungian psychoanalyst for about 4 years on and off, and that gradually kind of gave me the self-belief. Because I was riddled with self-doubt really all through my 20s. I kind of knew that I started to know that I wanted to do this, but I didn't have the confidence to really put it into any kind of action until therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think confidence can definitely be an issue with a lot of people that we suffer from, taking the plunge and doing what we want to do. And yeah, I think it all starts with self-belief. So that's really interesting. So today we wanted to look more into lifestyle adjustments that we can make